Everyone, welcome back to 2 Hours on a Sunday. I'm Brian.
I'm Ian, back again.
And today we're diving into Pokemon Pocket.
Yeah.
We're diving into all the TCG because we haven't done this in probably 20 years, collect the TCG. But this new Pokemon Pocket game that came out on the phone,
it got me fired up.
Reinvigorated.
Yeah.
It's causing some problems. So let's be real.
There's havoc running amok.
Yeah.
This is one of the first games that I'm actually really enjoying on the phone. I've never played phone games before. I've never liked them until this one rolled around.
Totally agree. I've never wanted to play anything on there, and this is the first thing that ever I open daily and actually am checking on a regular basis. Yeah.
Yes.
And we're playing it for free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you can actually do it for free and not have to worry about it. Like, I've collected almost every card in the game.
Yeah.
Besides the new set that just dropped,
Not
a couple
a-
of the
not
full
a
arts.
cent.
But
Yeah.
it's so easy. Just 1 month later, you have every card in the set and you're fine.
Exactly.
You know?
I think it just comes down to patience
Yeah.
and not
Saving your hourglasses.
It's actually
Save
kind of
your
nice,
hourglasses.
not we're having to take a month to get it, because then it gives you a reason to play it every day. Like, if
Yes.
you got all the cards in the first week, it's like, all right, well, now what do I do?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you can do the battles, which are fun, but most of, at least what I'm interested in, is just ripping the new packs.
Yeah.
And what's nice is the solo battles give you those missions to unlock more hourglasses, to unlock more points,
Yes.
unlock more shop tickets to buy more hourglasses.
I was sleeping
Buy
on that
as
for a
in
while
free.
until you pointed it out. I just
Yeah.
hadn't done the battle part at all, and you're like, yeah, there's a bunch of hourglasses you can get from that.
There was at least 200 of them.
Yeah.
What I also like is that the battling itself is way more condensed. I think it took me a couple of practice rounds to really get the hang of it, but you get into the swing of it pretty quickly. And on top of that, it isn't really a pay-to-win format
No.
like the physical game might be,
Yeah.
right? Because we have a limited amount of decks or a limited amount of cards to use. But the meta is changing every week. Like Gyarados is really big right now. Last week was Celebi. A couple weeks ago was
Superior.
Marowak, all that. So it's changing all the time because people are finding new ways to have a strong deck to fight whatever is popular right now.
As well as the coin flipping mechanic.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think people are.
Yeah, that's like
getting
when
tired
you
of
can
it.
go against somebody and they flip 7 heads as Misty or something. It's like, what?
You can see it immediately. If they turn one Misty flip for 6,
Yeah.
I'm just leaving the match
Yep.
because there's no
I'll
point.
concede.
You can't even get past turn 1. But that's the same with Celebi.
Yes.
And Superior aids to that coin flipping mechanic.
And then I saw a video. It was on Reddit, I think. It was a coin flip Celebi. There were 20 of them. I think they got 2 heads.
Oh,
Wow.
And but that's how it goes, right? You run the risk of that happening with such a powerful card. It can turn out really good for you, but then you can also do 0 damage.
right. But I think it's also nice that this taught us how to play the TCG.
Yes.
That's what I
Because
was going to say. Yeah.
growing up, I had no clue.
idea how to battle the right way at all.
Nope.
And
Yeah.
it's nice that it guides you through what you can and can't do and all the rules and stuff, because I never understood any of it. Even just the basic energy thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, we were also 10, so we didn't really want I still think it's like that now, where kids just rather look at the cards and open packs, which is
Yeah.
what we'll do later on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd just rather see the cards, put them in a binder, make them look nice, rather than learn how to play the complex game.
Right.
But this really dumbed it down. You get an energy a turn, you just drop it on
Yep.
the Pokemon you're using.
And they don't fill out your deck with energy, which I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Yeah, which is nice. You don't have to worry about collecting those cards because it's just automatically generated every round.
Because I
Yes.
think the real, you get 40 cards and you need at least
You-
20
you'd
energy.
have to have all of them be energy to be able to
Yeah.
actually do
Yeah.
any attacks.
But
Yeah.
I don't really know how to play the real one
No,
yet.
I thought the regular game was 60 cards,
Could be.
which is a lot.
Well, because
Yeah.
you need that many energies to be able to actually
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You discard
That's-
one every turn, so
That just bogs things down
Mm-hmm.
for me. No, I love the format of the battling. I love that you can open a pack a day, 2 packs,
2
a
packs
day.
a day. There was that free trial for 2 weeks. You get
Yes.
an
which is
extra
nice.
pack a
Yeah,
day.
you got the extra one.
I did that when Mythical Island came out, and I was very happy because I still have it. I've got 2 or 3 more days on that.
Yeah.
So every day there's an
You
extra
get an
pack.
extra. Nice.
And it helped you get almost all the cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of slowing down and plateauing with what I'm coming across,
Yeah.
but it's saving up those pack energies so that I can.
Buy all the stuff you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pack points are nice.
Pack
I
points,
did that
that's
to get the full art Mew. If you completed the Pokedex in the first genetic Apex,
Yes.
you got the full art Mew, and I think I had like 400 points,
Ooh.
and I got like 7 cards
get
to
a
complete.
bunch,
Now I
yeah.
needed 2 left. One of them was a Butterfree. It took me forever.
I
had to
still don't
wonder.
have
I had to wonder
Butterfree.
pick it. There was 3 Wonder Picks in a row. I missed the first 2, and I'm like, I'm just praying.
Yeah.
Just give me. This is the only
it.
card I need to get the Mew, and I finally got it on the third one.
Nice. Makes it so much sweeter.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the wonder picking system?
Listen, it's totally fine, but I miss too often. But then when I hit and I get a
When
good
you
run,
get the one that you wanted, then it feels amazing.
Yes.
and you're like, I knew it the whole time.
I don't know if I'm just imagining it, but it feels like there's a certain, if it's one of the ones that then you can see it go into the thing and it shuffles around, it's a pretty high rate of like picking out where it comes out.
People have like
Like-
slowed it down before.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I can't figure it out unless it's the one. I think it's the bottom right one. If you see where it goes into, like on the top one, you can watch it shuffle around, and it usually comes out in top middle. And I've actually been like enough times where I'm like, there you are, and I got it. I'm like, and it was a good cards. I'm like, okay, this is actually legit. Nothing else ever works, but
No.
I know in Genetic Apex, the first series, someone like mapped out like
where they're all gonna
Yeah,
picture
they
and
move
arrows
all
and stuff,
over.
and if it was in the
Yeah.
bottom right, it would either go to the top left or bottom left.
yes.
But now I don't think that's true for this Celebi pack because
whole
I used to
different,
do that. And I used to pick it. You got like 6 in a row. I'm like, yeah,
Yep.
it moves here.
All of my top lefts are now going to the bottom right.
Oh,
For
okay.
some reason, I've been seeing that.
They probably just changed the algorithm it's using to shuffle them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bottom right sometimes doesn't even move.
Exactly.
That
That,
happened
that's
to
the
me.
worst one is when you
Oh.
you either you think it's gonna stay still and it didn't, or you're that finally you're like, fine, you're not gonna move, and then it's still there. It's like,
But I like that, you're on it for a couple of minutes at a time, but then you're done. And
Yeah.
you've got,
just a quick little hit.
and then you got 12 hours that goes by. You can do everything else in your day.
Yeah.
And then you're winding down for the evening and you're like, oh, yeah, I can open that for a couple more minutes.
Do a couple of solo battles. I just
Yeah.
do all the anytime there's missions. I don't do a lot of the grinding for rank. Like if you get 50 wins, you get like this emblem.
I don't
care
want
about
those.
that. I'll play a couple matches. Like it's nice you can like send each other a friend code to private battle, which is
Yeah.
nice.
That's
Yes.
But to do the solo matches, I'll do that just to get tickets and hourglasses to open more packs.
Right.
I like to do that, and I love the auto battle feature because I can actually just leave it while I'm doing something else.
I've never used it because
It's not great. It,
Yeah.
it loses quite
It
a bit.
loses you a
But
lot of
You
games.
told me that.
If
I
I'm
was like,
not,
I'm
if
not
I'm
doing
not
it.
actively playing it anyways, if I just set it there and I'm like in dinner or whatever, if it loses one battle and
Yeah.
wins 2, whatever, I still got 2 wins that gets
Yeah.
me some hourglasses.
That's cool.
Because I wanted to test it. Because I played a couple and I was like, let me just auto battle this to see what it would do.
Yeah.
It
Like
makes some pretty bad
strategy wise,
choices
it made
sometimes.
terrible choices. I'm like, you could have won this game easily and you just lost. But
The one time I did actually just interrupt it because it kept, I don't remember, but it was like, it had like an amazing card in the hand and it was like the correct type to defeat. And it was holding somebody that was the wrong type in battle and not giving them energies. I'm like, what are you? So I had to intervene and be like, no, just swap, please. Like,
Just-
what are
yeah.
you doing?
Yeah. Yep. What is your guys' personal favorite card out of all the 2 sets that are out right now?
the immersive Charizard. 100%.
Say the immersive Mewtwo because I haven't got the Charizard yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although those full art legendary birds, the Zapdos, the Articuno, and the
Oh,
Moltres,
yeah, those are pretty
beautiful.
sick.
those are
Yeah.
amazing looking cards.
Yep.
But yeah, the immersive just because they just do the
They're
stuff.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I was hoping for the Charizard for the longest time, and when I got it, I was so happy.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite one. I wish that one was a real card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people make them.
That's
I've
cool.
seen online that people are making proxies of the cards in
Oh,
the
yeah?
game, and they look amazing.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
People, whoever, how they figure out to make proxies,
Yeah.
they look mid condition. But yeah, they're pretty cool.
How would you because the screenshots aren't that good when you take it on your phone. So I wonder how they're getting such a
because they are
good
like
quality.
a high quality like PNG.
When you zoom into
Yeah.
that single card, it would be, I think, high enough.
Because if you're on
like-
your, some people do it on an iPad, so like they're bigger.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can do that, or some people use an emulator on like a
Oh,
PC.
that's-
But I think
Yeah, you could play
iPads
the game
are
on PC too
massive.
if you
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
if you just ran like got the app through the Play Store sort of thing. Like, yeah.
Oh,
I like
that's
that Rapidash too. The full art Rapidash.
cool. Oh,
That one's
yes.
really nice.
I do like that one.
The starters are always nice too. The full art starters.
Yes.
Those are pretty pimp.
I really like the promo Venusaur card.
I have an issue with the promo Venusaur.
I think you and I have the same thing.
Is it the promo things in the way?
yeah, move it to the bottom.
Why is it there? I don't know.
If I were to make one suggestion, I would say move the promo icon to the bottom somewhere. Even on...
Put it on the top. Like,
Sure.
Put it, like, I don't know.
I like the Gyarados too.
The full art Gyarados? Yes.
Yeah, that
in the
one's pretty
storm.
sick. Yeah.
I wanted the Needle King for a long time as well, and I finally got that one.
Yep.
Well, finally, it's December. We're pulling that in the early Novembers.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of great looking cards. The full art trainers, the Erica.
They're great.
Oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
they had full out trainers for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty sick.
I think I pulled the Budding Expeditioner.
That one's real
Recently,
nice.
the
That was
full art?
you had that as a Wonder Trade for me. I could have got, but I
That's
didn't
right.
have enough hourglasses.
no.
Because I don't care about the Wonder Trade hourglasses. I just want
Yeah.
the pack ones.
Yep.
So I just let it roll. But if it's a card I already have, I don't want to spend because I'm trying to fill the decks. I'll wait till the decks is full and then I'll use the hourglasses on because you're gonna need 4 energy to use a crazy card rather than 1 for a common.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, when it comes to the battles, I'm not very up on it. I've seen so many very beautiful miniature guides on Reddit of
It's
make
a lot
this
of effort.
deck.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to sit there and get my butt whooped.
Yeah. I watch
every
a lot of
single time.
YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
There's a content creator called Spraggles. He does a lot of Pokemon Unite, but he has Spraggles Pocket where he does a lot of the Pokemon Pocket stuff, and he has a
Yeah.
lot of deck guides and live streams, and I just usually follow his stuff. But Blaine is one of my favorite decks.
Really?
Yeah. It's really fast. You get because Rapidash is only 1 energy. You just turn 1, evolve,
Yes.
Ponyta, boom, boom, boom. Blaine extra 30 damage, pop. And they added the new Rapidash and Ponyta, so they have an extra ability. If you flip heads, you'll gain another 40 damage on top of Rapidash. Is 40 already, and then add Blaine on top of that. You can one shot like Pikachu EX or something.
That's
Oh, wow.
pretty cool.
Ninetales is 90, then add Blaine. It's all
It's
2
up
energy.
that
It's
to
really
30,
quick.
yeah.
That is very cool.
That's, yeah.
And then Druddigon just came out in the new set
With the rough skin.
with the rough skin ability.
Yeah.
But he has fire, water, basic energy. So you can attach any energy to that, but you don't add any energy to him at all. You just stack your Gyarados and Magikarp and Greninja on the bottom. You let Druddigon get the rough skin on your opponents. You let Greninja hit him with its ability to do 20 damage to any Pokemon you want. And then once you've Misty Gyarados enough, you just let Druddigon get KO'd. Bring Gyarados in, just one shot
over.
everybody.
No
Druddigon's just a
way.
wall because it can do 20 damage every turn if they attack you. And sometimes they're just afraid to because they
Oh,
know
is
the
that
ability.
what rough skin is? Is that they
Yeah.
take damage for attack? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Whoa.
Especially early on because Druddigon's a stage 1, so you put them up front and they're attacking with 10, 20 damage.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing 20 damage back without even
okay.
attacking.
That
I
is
didn't
so
know.
Yeah.
I just got Druddigon the other day, and I haven't
Yeah.
put him in any decks yet. But
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Because when you put them in a deck, it automatically assumes you want fire, water, energy.
Yeah.
You just get rid of the fire and just make it all water so that
Oh,
your
'cause you're not
Gyarados and
gonna-
Greninja,
You
you
don't
don't
have
need the
to
fire.
waste
You're
your
not going to
energy.
energy Druddigon anyway.
So I've never done any
Like a
decks.
mixed deck?
Yeah. What is it? What shows up to choose the energies?
It's random. So if
So
you
if
have
you
multiple
pick
energies in
more
a
than
deck,
one,
it's random.
It just
And sometimes you can go 4 water in a row and you're waiting for a fire. But it's like you
Oh,
don't need the
wow.
fire. You just need the water.
which is why it's best to try and build one that really only uses
Yeah.
one energy.
Like
type.
Dragonite. It needs
Yeah.
lightning and water.
Right.
Which is why it's like a roll of the dice. You could be waiting 10 turns to get Dragonite online.
I see.
Because you could have Misty roll a bunch of waters, but you're still waiting for that lightning.
Yes.
But Druddigon, you can just avoid all that
That's so cool.
because you're basically attacking for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
it's-
by, yeah.
And it's got 100
Waiting.
HP, I believe. So it's just a
You can
sitting
take
there.
quite a few hits right off the bat. Yeah.
And you just potion it just to keep the turns going if you need more time to roll your Gyarados.
That's great.
Because
So
the
you
new
basically
Gyarados
just have like an infinite stalling
yeah,
tactic.
the new EX
Yeah.
Gyarados is 140 attack, and that's basically everybody in the game.
yeah.
And if you rough skin a Mewtwo, that's 130 HP from 150. Gyarados
Yes.
one shots it. Yeah,
That is so cool.
yeah. But they made Mewtwo so much better in this pack. They gave it the mythical slab to let you search the deck for a psychic type. But if it wasn't, you go to the bottom. It just makes it faster.
Oh.
But
I was
yeah,
wondering
there's
what
a lot
that
of
card was
there's
for.
a lot of great
I
decks.
haven't looked into like the accessories a lot, the mythical slab and that
Yeah.
other kind of stuff.
The trainers, yeah. But they just made it too good.
It's amazing how card games are even thought of.
How did somebody think to make all these like different slightly
Yeah.
thing. And like,
Do they come up with all of these plays beforehand?
do they know everything that's going to happen? Or
Yeah.
is some of this things that evolve that people are like, oh, hey, what if I combine this and this? And like, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I don't think they do because in Yu-Gi-Oh they make a lot of like, OP cards, but then they're just making it for that archetype. But then they don't
Oh.
think people are going to use it in other decks, and then they just have to ban it out later.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I
they
think
never thought about
yeah.
what it would
I don't
do
think they'll
for-
introduce a ban system in Pocket, but in the TCG, I believe there is like a certain
think so,
ban
too.
system. I believe I don't know. I've never played the Pokemon, but I assume there is.
Yeah.
Do you think at least on the app game, would they, instead of banning a card, would they just like update it and just like change its statistics?
Ooh,
They
that's
could.
interesting,
They could
yeah.
just be like, well, actually, we're going to remove this ability or change the ability
Mm-hmm.
or change its HP or attacks. Like,
But most of the
all
cards,
that
other
is-
than the full arts, are actual real cards. So they're
Oh,
taking
okay.
their database
So
of
they're
cards.
really actually
yeah,
using it.
Yeah, and doing
okay.
that.
Oh, okay.
They might like do like a limit of one. Like,
Yeah.
you could do that.
Yep. Yeah, or have like restricted types of
Yeah.
matches in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can
where
set up
it's-
like a-
it follows certain rules. Like you can, when you're making a custom match, you could be like exclude these cards from the match.
Yeah.
The same way that like on like fighters, you can be like no play on this map or don't, that kind of stuff. Like,
Exactly. Apparently there's a function where you can put no EX cards. You can have
Yes.
a match with no EX
Oh,
You
yeah.
cards.
just the people have come up with it. It's because when you're searching for a match, you could like hashtag for like if we're sending each other our codes
Yeah.
to private battle, people
Mm-hmm.
go hashtag or no EX or something. You could type in no EX on the search and you can private battle without EX.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
It's cool because I like the thought of using an EX card.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little buff, but it's a little more risky too.
Yeah.
But it's like playing like baby Pokemon in the video games,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have a little bit of a restriction. You don't have that like high output of damage, so it's going to take a little longer. You have to be a little more creative with it. There's so many things you can do with the game.
Yeah. I prefer the no EX route. I just like having 3 options in case I make a misplay.
Right.
Yeah. The fact that they're worth 2 does make it a little bit harder.
Because I played a lot of Arcanine decks and they use Moltres EX.
Yes.
Because it stacks energy on your bench.
Yep.
But if you get that KO'd and they forget that they're already down 2 and they only need 1, it's like,
Then,
well,
yeah.
I'm 3 on you and you don't have a
Exactly.
chance.
Not that I've built a lot of decks, but even the fire deck I built, I chose regular Moltres.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to have the risk of that.
Yep.
I mean, it is very fast if you can get Moltres out first and
Yes.
you can get ahead of the game, but sometimes you need to hope and pray that one stock will get you the win.
I was using Moltres EX for all of the promo 1 booster packs when they first came out. I don't even know what matches they were. Were they grass? Were they like Venusaur EX or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for the
Venusaur
solo
and
battles.
Scyther.
For the
Yeah.
solo
Yeah.
battles, yeah. Yeah. That was like, it was fast. I won every single time.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's what Blaine, I like about Blaine, because you don't need
you
any
can get
EXs.
going,
You
yeah.
just run in, it's quick.
That's cool.
2 turns, you got either a Ninetales or a Rapidash to hit them. And
Yeah.
they can't set up fast enough because Pikachu X is fast, but if you can set up Ninetales quick
Yep.
and you got Blaine,
So, Blaine, he adds damage to them.
yep, 30.
What's Lieutenant Surge do? Because he also does something for his particular Pokemon. Does he add damage or?
So what he does, if you're running Raichu instead of Pikachu, Lieutenant Surge allows you to take all the energy on your bench and attach it to Raichu. Because Raichu's main move, the old Raichu, is you have to remove all the energy off of it to use Thunderbolt, but that's 140 damage.
Yes.
But Lieutenant Surge allows you to take all that energy on the bench and add it to him. So if you have Magneton in your deck, that gives it a free energy every turn.
Right.
So you use Magneton and Lieutenant Surge to power Raichu again. So you don't have to
Wait
3 more
all-
turns.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't have Magneton for the longest, so I was like, I'm never running Raichu
gonna
because
be
I
able
don't
to, yeah.
have that
Yeah.
kind of time.
Yeah, that one took me a long time to get as well. When did you guys when did you guys stop collecting cards?
I was about probably 11, maybe 10,
Yeah.
later than that, because I was just too obsessed with the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never really got a lot of cards. Like I probably only ever had at most like 50 or 60, and even a lot of those I just gave away when I was like a teenager. I probably stopped collecting them like when I was maybe also 10 or 11. Like I stopped before you ever did, by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we didn't play the card game.
No.
So like Yu-Gi-Oh, we played the card game.
Yes.
You know, it was easy to get into. Or Pokemon, I was like, okay, well, I'm shifting out of this. I just prefer the games.
Yep.
And I'm obsessed with playing the games. So I'll just keep the cards. But I have like an old binder just full of older stuff. But I remember back in the day, we had the arena in Bow River.
Yeah.
And do you remember there was the guy like sharpened the
It
skates?
was like a card shop guy.
Yeah,
there.
he was in the back corner of the Bow River Marina.
I
He sharpened
remember
skates,
that.
but he had like a whole. That's what he was selling the base set. Like that's how old we are. Like we were around when they were selling base
The
set and
original,
base set
yeah.
unlimited and
Like
like
we were around when they first came out with the card.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything because we're kids. We don't have money. We're just there to like hang out.
Right.
But like crazy it is to me that they were selling full booster boxes of one like. Well, I was gonna say 151, but that's the new set,
The
base set.
original.
Yeah.
I remember buying the Fossil expansion, which I think was the first expansion they ever came out with, like in store, like when it came out. That was like the big pack that we ever got. Like my sister and I convinced my parents that we should get like the enormous, like
Oh, the
Fossil
box.
box,
Yeah.
and then
amazing.
split it. So that's like where most of my cards ever came from.
That's
so
were
cool.
from that one.
It had the
yeah.
Aerodactyl in there.
I did
Yes.
not get the
Yeah.
Aerodactyl, but we did get a Zapdos, which was pretty sick.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I don't remember specifically getting like packs, but as we'll see, like I have a binder full of cards.
You got them from somewhere.
I got them from somewhere.
Yeah.
They
Because I
just
remember picking up like rocket packs from like Walmart or something in Leamington. I was around.
Yeah.
I think I was with you. I
Yeah,
picked up a couple rocket packs. I remember pulling a Dark Charizard and I lost my mind.
Yeah.
that's cool.
It's still one of my favorite cards today, but like I don't
Yeah.
remember ever going into a store like
No.
we did recently and just like picking up.
There was one convenience store in Bell River. I went with my grandma and we picked up a couple packs. One was a real Pokemon pack and another one was totally fake. I still have those cards. But that was really the only experience I ever remember going to a store and picking up cards. I mean, until very recently where I picked up a couple more.
Probably also
Yeah.
got
For
some
today.
for Christmas, like the same way that like everybody gets
Yes.
a bunch
Yeah.
and like their stockings. You give a box set to like the kids or whatever. Like
Yeah.
yeah. So that's probably where you got a
my,
lot of them.
My mother and father-in-law got me a pack for Christmas in my stocking. I was so stoked.
I remember for one of my birthdays, I think grade 9, Aunt Lynn got me a pack of cards.
Oh yeah.
And I pulled a Shining Mewtwo.
That's
No
so cool.
way.
I still have it. It's like
Oh, yeah,
almost
yeah,
mint
you sent me the
condition. It's one of my
picture of it,
favorite
yeah.
cards. It's worth so much money now. But I'm like, man, out of one pack of cards, I pulled like one of the chases. Because back in the day, cards, they all look the same. Like they had the same border. It's depending on how shiny the central
holo
image
was,
was. There was
yeah.
no full arts or anything. Everything
Right.
kind of was the same
Yeah,
vibe.
it was either that was the most you could do. It was like a
Yeah.
holographic or like the full shiny.
There was no
foil,
reverse
yeah.
hollow either.
No,
you know?
no. What do you feel about how the direction of the art has gone in recent generations?
I think it's so good.
The only thing I have is really the app, but like they look amazing.
Yeah.
the full art stuff is really really cool. Like,
Yeah.
it makes cards that I don't care about. Like I the other day, like for Christmas we pulled a single pack from our stockings
Yeah.
as well, and I got a full art Lickitung. And I don't even care about Lickitung, but the card is sick.
Yeah.
because they just look really cool when they're full art.
Yeah.
So it makes ones that you were not interested in at all actually like a pretty sweet pull.
And what's nice about those is like some of the full arts like aren't chase full arts, so they're not as expensive. They're like maybe $2-3.
Right.
But like to fill a binder with full arts, it just looks
looks
adds
cool.
to the aesthetic of the binder.
Exactly. And even pulling those cards, if you use them in a deck, using that over a
regular
common
version,
card
yeah.
would be
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying even on Pocket to use full art cards
Oh
for
yeah,
the whole deck.
it's just a flex.
Yeah.
It is.
I
Yeah.
like that it is the same card. Like it's got the same HP, it's got the same attack, so it's really just a visual thing to be like, yeah, this is the better version.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the Celebi, you get this regular EX and then the full art, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm using both full arts. What
Exactly.
are you saying?
Right.
Imagine we would have thought ahead, like saw the future.
Just to hold those
How
packs.
much just packs are?
Oh.
Like the older packs, like
Yeah.
you could go for like $400 for an unopened pack.
Yep.
People will buy them and then open them, they'll get nothing, and it's just like whatever.
But that was even like the boxes for the Game Boy Color games.
Yeah.
I had all of them. And I got
Just-
ring of
just
them
threw 'em out
like a
because you're
ding
like-
dong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
mad at
I think
myself.
I can remember the box for Red that we kept for forever. And then I think during somebody moved and was like, yeah, but we don't need this.
Right.
Yeah.
You definitely do need that.
Yeah.
It looks sick on a shelf.
Could have paid for school.
Yeah. Especially those the first edition boxes
yeah.
of
Oh,
the
absolutely.
base set. They're
Yeah.
like sealed.
Yeah.
like 50 grand. Mm-hmm. They're selling sealed packs out of the box. Like people were selling them by separate because no one can afford the full box.
Right.
$1,000 a piece.
Wow.
The Charizard ones are more because the chance of pulling a Charizard is higher in the
higher.
Charizard pack apparently.
Oh, okay.
And that's when you weighed them too.
Yes.
Back then they had they don't do that now.
They're
Back
all the
then,
same-
They're all the same weight,
Right.
Because they made cards different back then. So if the pack was heavier, you
It
knew
had
there
a-
was a hollow
Oh,
in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder when somebody figured that out.
What makes you think, like, I'm going to see if these weigh different?
Yeah.
It must have been like a schoolyard
Yeah.
kind of chatter.
Like, man, no, I'm telling you, man, this one's heavier. It's got a hollow.
Bringing out the scale. I could feel the weight difference. It's like a
the-
drop of water.
when
That's
you
how
do
the
Yeah.
weight
like,
difference.
man, I'm telling you, if you do this and this and this, and then you go behind the SS scan, and then you push the boulder, you're going to get a Mew.
Exactly.
that
same
never
idea,
worked.
yeah.
Was that you have to
Never-
hack that to get that working? Or no, it was an event, wasn't it?
It never happened.
It just was not real in
It-
any way.
Yeah.
Somebody
Someone just made that up?
completely made it
Yeah.
up because it was like it was a thing that you couldn't do.
Yeah.
So they could. There's no way you could disprove them.
I thought you could get Mew in one of the games.
Yeah.
in Gen 2.
Yeah. No, to legitimately get it in the first game, the only way was from an event.
Yeah.
That the everything else was like Game Shark.
You did go to
Exactly.
SSN though, right? Or did someone just give it to you?
I don't remember.
I thought there was something. Someone found it behind a truck.
Well, I saw one where somebody actually modded the game to make it do the thing that
okay.
people said it was supposed to.
That's great.
They because I guess there's a way that like you can hack the actual like ROM cartridge
Yeah.
if you do certain things, and the guy made it so that if you went to the SSN and you used strength on the truck, you appeared, but like he was just modding it.
I love that.
That's funny.
But the video does exist because like he made it happen and recorded it.
What a time when we didn't have access to
Any way
endless
to
information.
prove it, yeah.
information.
You
Like,
couldn't just find out with a quick Google search that was made up.
right.
You had to buy the power plays. Like
Yeah.
The
Yeah, the
guidebooks.
actual
Exactly.
magazine.
Imagine having an OG red and blue guidebook.
I think there's one.
Did you have a gold and silver one?
I do, and it's.
sick.
I have used it. It's in tatters now.
Yeah.
It's actually been like used.
Oh
fully.
yeah, I use that every single time I played the game.
I had a hardcover black and white.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. But back in the day, they were soft.
Yeah,
You know, they weren't like
they're
thick
just.
books.
It's like a magazine.
It wasn't
Yeah.
a collector thing. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
literally a magazine that came out every year.
I'm still looking for the crystal one.
Yeah.
I want that one.
I've seen some people who have like all the old Nintendo Power ones, like the Zelda ones and all the
Oh.
Donkey Kong and the Marios.
One day.
How crazy. But yeah, I don't think I've ever used. I don't know how we just played the game.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of straightforward, except if you didn't have Flash going through Rock Tunnel.
Yeah, you had a real tough time, and then you figured something's not right here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, I don't know. I think nowadays I still try to play games that way. I try to
without Unless
too
you're
much
really
assistance.
stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Pokemon games aren't that. I'm never gonna be stuck on a.
Especially the
Pokemon
newer
game.
gens, even since Alola, like Sun and Moon, you were handheld the whole way
Yeah,
through.
Sun and Moon was rough, dude. That was a rough
those
one.
were hard to get through.
Like the only one that I played besides like Let's Go, and I did play this. Like I played most of Sword and Shield. I played Black and White once when I was like not really into Pokemon at the time, but I wanted to try out one of them. And I remember, like you basically it just does the whole game for you.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
you don't do anything. Every time you take a step, someone's dragging you over here or over here. Like you don't have to do anything. It's just a ride.
Didn't you play X and Y?
Maybe that's the one. That's what
That
Because
sounds
Black and
right.
White was the challenging one.
No, it was X
Yeah,
and Y.
X
That's
and
what it
Y.
was.
Yeah, Black
Yeah.
and White's almost back to basics.
Yeah.
I
It
would
was
say,
X and Y. Yeah.
plus a lot more.
Because you had the 3DS.
Yes.
You got it on 3DS.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was basically everything just happened without you doing anything.
Yeah,
Because me and Nick, we would go the day of the release of the games.
Yep.
We would get them. But Sun and Moon, dude, we played it. We started at the same. We always start at the same time.
Yeah.
It was a 2-hour tutorial.
yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
For a
I've been
Pokemon
playing this
game?
game
Oh,
for
yeah.
20
It's
years.
the
I don't need a
same game.
tutorial.
Yeah. What do you need?
And no way of skipping.
No way
it.
of skipping it.
No.
It's
Oh,
this,
wow.
It's just part of the game.
Sun Ultra Moon came
Yes.
out. I was like, I ain't playing these. I'm
Yeah.
not going through that again.
Apparently they like.
I don't need a
toned
tutorial.
down the tutorial, but it's still
I
Throw
don't
us
need a
in.
tutorial.
Let us figure it out.
That's what Professor Oak does. There's no. You don't need a tutorial.
No.
That's what the
No.
battling.
2-second
When you
thing
go see
about-
Professor
yeah.
Oak, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, catch the Pokemon. You fight the battle. It's 5 minutes. You don't
Yeah.
need a whole school training.
No,
It was exhausting.
it should be optional, like all the trainer schools.
Yeah.
In the
You wanna
first
learn
3
more,
gens.
Then
Yeah.
go to it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
You can just walk right on by.
Yep. Those are the things I wish, even Nintendo games in general,
I get it though.
still got. They want it to be accessible for everybody.
Yes, mainly
But
for
all you gotta
age
do is have a
6 to
skip.
12.
Yeah, have the option to
Yeah.
skip it, build it into the world.
Yeah.
Have it
Literally just have
diegetically
it
there.
like press B to skip, like, and you can
Yeah.
just skip that whole cutscene.
Yeah.
part,
Yep.
like-
Or like when you're walking by the school and she talks to you and say, "Do you know how to play or do you not know how to play?"
Yes.
And say yes or no. And then it's
Bye.
like, okay, enjoy your journey.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's just keep going with
It's
this.
so easy.
Yeah. Because you didn't gain any experience from that tutorial
No.
whatsoever.
And it's not that I want to race through the game. I don't
Yeah.
want to speed through and be done with it. I want to feel like I am contributing my experience to the world,
Yeah.
right? You want to be there. You want to feel it like you're living your own life there.
It's kind of like how Ash, every time he went through a new gen, he only kept Pikachu, but he started
Yes.
over.
Yeah.
It's like we started with red and blue, went to yellow, silver, gold. We know how to do this.
Yes.
Just give us the first starter and let us.
Go to town.
We're just taking a ship to each one. We're
Exactly.
We're the same person every game.
Exactly.
I call myself my same name every single
Yeah.
game. Let me just continue the ride.
And all my rivals are butt.
Yeah. I usually put you or Ian or Nick
Nice.
as my rival.
Nice.
Yeah. Because sometimes the game had two. Like if you had a friend or like a
That's
rival.
Yeah,
right?
you had to
yeah.
have to, yeah.
So that was always fun.
I remember not when I was younger, but when I started playing them again, like Fire Red and that kind of stuff. I always chose Batman and Joker.
That's awesome.
I love Fire Red.
There's such
So
a good
good.
So
game.
good. But again, this is us like geeking over the games because we were way more attached to that than the card game.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Absolutely.
cards were an accessory to the games. It was a cool thing to be like, oh yeah, when I'm not playing the game, I got a bunch of cards. Like,
Yeah.
Because like Ruby, I put 300 hours in. That's an experience of a lifetime. Whereas the cards, like you have them to look back on, but it was like a 5-second like excitement of like pulling something. Whereas the game,
Yes.
it's like I'm playing when I'm because we love watching the show.
Exactly.
So we're just like it's an extension of the show. Where the card game, I didn't. If we played the card game,
Yeah.
maybe it would be a different story.
if you had known how to play it and played it from the start, then it would have had those same memories attached
Yeah.
to you playing it.
Yeah.
But it was only just a collector's thing. It was a look but don't touch sort of thing.
They actually have those. You ever seen the board game Battle Academy?
Yeah.
It's to teach you how to play the card game.
Oh,
That's
It
pretty
comes with two
cool.
decks, and it's like a basic card and some of the rules. It's basically to teach you how to play.
Yeah.
that's cool.
But yeah,
It's the tutorial for Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy
beginners.
Color.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a board like an actual board.
No,
game.
I know.
Oh, but they had that in the
Yeah.
yeah, they did have a training
It's
video in there. Yeah.
the first match you play. It's entirely scripted. I played it the other day, and if you do something that the professor's assistant doesn't want you to do, you have to do it again. They're like, "No, that was wrong. I told you what to do."
I told you to
Yeah.
do this. You didn't listen. Try it again.
They didn't. They had no soft spot for errors back then.
Oh,
They're just
no.
like, nope, just start over.
redo. Do you think there's people out there that have only played the card game and not the video games?
No.
There's definitely kids
Yeah.
who have only done lots of kids have only collected the cards and never played the game, or they did the cards way before the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Like-
Pokemon Go though is. I think they played that rather
Yeah.
than the actual game.
That makes sense.
But my nephew, he's got like 200 hours in a Sword and Shield, and he's all over it. He loves playing the games.
You know, as much as I'm not a fan of the 8th and 9th generations, I'm happy that kids are enjoying it as potentially their first gen.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah, but if it gets them into the world, then
Yeah.
The Arceus was Legends Arceus.
Yes.
That one looked cool, but like
Yep.
it's just a catching simulator.
It
It was
yeah.
neat, but I'm like I'm not gonna because they're the same price as like a PS5 game now. Like they're not,
Right.
and they don't run as well because the Switch is getting old.
I know. I
A lot
hope
of glitches.
ZA
two.
Yeah, Switch 2's coming.
I hope
But yeah,
ZA
ZA is gonna be good.
look. Yeah. We'll see.
I think it might be like a launch title, but I think also Metroid Prime 4 is a launch title as well.
At this
It's
point,
gonna be
it's
a
gotta
Switch game.
be.
yeah.
Metroid Prime 4 is still a Switch game.
It's got to be a Switch 2 game.
They're probably
been in
gonna do
development for
like
way too long.
an
It's
upscale.
because is Metroid Prime 4 even anywhere close to coming out still?
I thought it was
know.
like 2026.
Yeah.
I don't know.
because they only showed a teaser. It's like in development. That means it's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
That's when we got that Breath of
the
the Wild teaser in like 2012, and it's like 10 years later we finally got it.
Those games. That game gave me so much. That was a test of patience for me.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
I had the test of patience for me was Tears of the Kingdom, and I said after 2 hours, I'm giving this game to Nick because I'm
Your
never playing it
patience
again.
was tested and it failed. You have been found wanting.
Free game, cool. I'm happy with
I'm giving
that.
it to Nick. I traded you up. I was like, I'll trade you this for this. And I'm like, I'm never playing this game.
Oh yeah, I
again.
gave you Web of Shadows.
Web of Shadows on Xbox
nice.
360. Because I only ever had the Wii version, but the Xbox looks
Very
superior in
inferior.
every way.
It's so
The
that's such a
360 game is so good.
Yeah. What do you guys say we go through our binders real quick?
Absolutely.
And then we'll
Sounds
start
like a
ripping
plan.
packs.
Okay.
Yeah.